Ever find yourself stuck on the couch, overwhelmed by your to-do list, but unable to move? The guilt builds as the day slips away, and you feel even more behind. You're not alone. Millions feel this way right now. That heavy, stuck feeling isn't laziness. It's a common human struggle. We label ourselves as lazy or lacking willpower, but that's not the truth. This isn't a life sentence. It's a signal that something deeper is going on. You're not broken. You're just facing a roadblock. The fact that you're here means you want to change. Let's get curious about what's really happening, instead of beating ourselves up. Together, let's figure out how to get you unstuck, one simple step at a time. Laziness isn't a character flaw. It's a signal. Think of it as your mind's check engine light, warning you of overwhelm or lack of clarity. When your goals are too big or vague, your brain hits the brakes. Procrastination is your mind's way of coping with stress, not sabotaging you. Often, you're just missing a clear, simple next step. Instead of judging yourself, ask, what is my mind trying to tell me right now? Are you tired, overwhelmed, or just unclear? Reframe laziness as a clue, not a verdict. We've all been there, staring at a task, feeling stuck, and not knowing how to begin. Maybe it's a project you've been putting off, a workout you keep skipping, or even just tidying up your space. The hardest part is always getting started, but what if there was a simple trick to break through that wall? That's where the 5-minute rule comes in. The idea is simple: whatever you're avoiding, promise yourself you'll do it for just 5 minutes. Not an hour, not even 15, just 5. Set a timer and give yourself permission to stop when the timer goes off. It's a small commitment, but it's powerful. Anyone can do anything for 5 minutes. You can clean a corner of your kitchen, write a few lines in your journal, stretch, or do a quick workout, or read a single page of your textbook. The beauty of this rule is that it lowers the pressure and makes starting feel possible. Most of the time, the biggest barrier is mental. We build up tasks in our minds until they seem overwhelming. But 5 minutes, that feels manageable. It's a way to trick your brain into action, to get over that initial hurdle and just begin. To make it even easier, break your big goals into micro tasks. Instead of clean the house, just put dishes in the dishwasher. Instead of write a report, just open the document and write the first sentence. Shrinking your next step makes it less intimidating. Make your next move so tiny that you can't say no to it. The smaller the step, the less resistance you'll feel. It's about making progress, not perfection. And don't forget to reward yourself, not for finishing everything, but for simply showing up. Celebrate the fact that you started, even if it was just for 5 minutes. That's a victory worth acknowledging. Track your consistency. Did you do your 5 minutes today? Mark it on a calendar. Give yourself a high five. Or just take a moment to feel proud. Consistency is what builds momentum. Each time you start, you're reinforcing a new habit loop. The more often you show up, the easier it becomes. Soon, what once felt impossible starts to feel routine. Over time, you'll notice that taking action becomes more natural. The resistance fades, and you'll find yourself starting tasks without overthinking. The 5-minute rule is your launch pad. It's a way to outsmart procrastination and build momentum, one tiny step at a time. Start small, keep your promises to yourself, and let those little wins add up. Momentum is built on tiny actions repeated over time. That's the secret to getting unstuck, one 5-minute start at a time. We think discipline is about willpower and fighting ourselves, but that's exhausting. True discipline is about self-trust, keeping promises to yourself. Every time you break a promise, your self-trust erodes. When you keep small promises, you rebuild that trust. The 5-minute rule helps. Promise to do 5 minutes, then do it. Each kept promise is a vote for the new you. Over time, you become someone who does what they say. Self-discipline is the result of self-trust, not self-punishment. It's an act of self-love, not a battle. Prove to yourself, one tiny action at a time, that you're worthy of your own trust. Meet Alex, a talented designer with a head full of ideas and a passion for creativity. From the outside, it looked like he had everything he needed to succeed: skills, ambition, and a dream to work for himself. But inside, Alex felt stuck. He called himself lazy, convinced he just didn't have the discipline to make things happen. Every day, he'd sit at his desk, frustrated and overwhelmed by the gap between his dreams and his actions. For years, he avoided his dream of freelancing, telling himself he'd start tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. The fear of failing, of not being good enough kept him frozen in place. Guilt and inaction became his daily companions. He'd watch others chase their goals, feeling left behind, and doubting if he'd ever break free from this cycle. Then, one evening, Alex stumbled upon the 5-minute rule. A simple idea. Just commit to working for 5 minutes. No pressure to finish, just start. So he promised himself. Each night he'd open his design software for just 5 minutes. That's it. No big expectations, just a tiny step forward. At first it felt almost pointless. 5 minutes seemed too small to matter, but it was enough to break the inertia. Night after night, Alex kept his promise. Even on days he felt tired or uninspired, he showed up for those 5 minutes. Soon, 5 minutes turned into 10, then 20, then 30. The more he showed up, the easier it became. Momentum started to build, and his confidence grew with every session. Alex learned to break his big, intimidating goals into micro-tasks, tiny, manageable actions he could actually complete. One night it was just sketching a logo, another it was sending a single email. Each micro-task was a small win. He built his website one template at a time, page by page, never letting the big picture overwhelm him. Each tiny action rebuilt his self-trust. Every checkmark on his to-do list was proof that he could follow through. Within a few months, Alex had a polished portfolio, a live website, and even landed his very first client. The progress was real, and it was all because he started small. A year later, Alex runs his own business, working with clients he once only dreamed of. The transformation wasn't magic or luck. It was the result of small, consistent action, repeated day after day. The 5-minute rule was his key to getting started, and it unlocked a path he never thought possible. If you feel stuck, remember Alex's story. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Just start with 5 minutes. You can do the same, and your journey from stuck to unstoppable can begin today. You don't need a complicated system to make real progress, just a simple, repeatable routine that fits your life. When you strip away the noise and focus on what matters, you'll find that small, intentional actions can create powerful results. Here's your 4-step blueprint for building a day that works for you, not against you. First, plan tomorrow tonight. Before you wind down for the evening, take a few minutes to write down 1 to 3 specific tasks you absolutely want to accomplish the next day. This isn't about making a long to-do list. It's about choosing what truly matters. By setting your intentions in advance, you'll wake up with clarity and purpose, already knowing what your priorities are. Second, start your day with a small win. It could be as simple as making your bed, stretching by the window, or unloading the dishwasher. These tiny victories set a positive tone for the rest of your day. They remind you that you're capable of following through, even when motivation is low. Over time, these small wins add up, giving you a sense of accomplishment before the day even really begins. Third, ruthlessly remove distractions. Put your phone in another room, close unnecessary tabs, and clear your workspace of clutter. Create an environment that supports your focus, not one that tempts you to procrastinate. The fewer distractions you have, the easier it is to stay on track and actually complete the tasks you set for yourself. Fourth, track your habits. Every time you keep your promise to yourself, mark an X on your calendar or fill in your habit tracker. This simple act turns your progress into something you can see and touch. It's a visual reminder that you're showing up for yourself, day after day. Don't aim for perfection, aim for consistency. It's not about never missing a day, but about getting back on track when you do. Celebrate your effort, not just the outcome. Each day you show up, you're building a stronger foundation for your future self. Each X is proof you're building self-trust. Over time, these marks become a story of your commitment and growth. They're a reminder that you're capable of following through, even when it's hard. This routine builds momentum and makes discipline easier. The more you repeat these steps, the more automatic they become. Soon you'll find yourself moving through your day with more energy and confidence, knowing you're in control of your habits. You're designing an environment where showing up is the default, not the exception. Every small win is worth celebrating because it means you're moving forward. Take a moment to acknowledge your progress, no matter how minor it seems. Progress is visible, one day at a time. As you fill in your planner or habit tracker, you'll see how far you've come. This visual feedback keeps you motivated and reminds you that change is happening, even if it feels slow. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight, just keep moving forward step by step. Remember, consistency always beats intensity. Stick with your simple blueprint, and you'll be amazed at the progress you make over time. You have the tools, the knowledge, and a simple plan, but nothing changes unless you act. Inspiration is fleeting. Action creates real change. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. When you slip up, don't judge. Just ask, what's my next 5-minute move? Your life is shaped by the choices you make right now. You don't need to wait for motivation. You can act, even if you don't feel like it. So here's your challenge. Right now, stand up and do something for 5 minutes. Pick one thing you've been avoiding, just start. Don't overthink it. Move. This is your moment. Go.